Hello, everyone. Welcome to Qubitro Partner Series. My name is İlayda Bahadıroğlu. I'm a Business Development and Growth Manager at Qubitro. In the first episode of Partner Series, we are having Fernando and Carl from RAKwireless. Can you share a bit about your background and your current role at RAKwireless?
Yeah, thank you, İlayda, for having us here for the invite. It's a pleasure for me. Well, on my side, I'm Fernando Hernandez. I work as a business development manager for RAKwireless from almost 2 years now. I'm an electronic engineer. I got my degree from 2009, something like that. And I'm starting to work for the physical security industry. First, in a position as support engineer, but then it was evident to the need for supporting the customers in the commercial side of the equation. So I started to fulfill commercial positions for the companies I work previously. And because of that, by 2 years ago, I was working for a Chinese company specialized in the physical access control, which is named Sita Keiteco. I was developer for them, and at that moment, I got contact with a local meetup about IoT here in my city, Medellin, Colombia. And because of that, I knew about RAKwireless and I started to work for RAKwireless as business development manager. And regarding my role, well, it's mainly focused in the relationship with our partnerships around the world, with our partners around the world, which is one of our main strategies, as well as I am supporting some from the sales engagement activities and some sales related stuff. And other times I'll be doing some kind of support for the customers and so on. So it's had been a very exciting journey for me these 2 years now, because ecosystem in the IoT community is huge. There's a lot of opportunities, and RAKwireless also is a very interesting company, a leader actually in the market. So I'm feeling very blessed for being part of this.
Wow, that's super impressive. Now, my next question will be about RAKwireless. Can you briefly overview RAKwireless and the range of IoT solutions, products you offer?
Yeah. Well, RAKwireless was founded like about, actually 9 years ago now in March 2014. Um,
Mhm.
and initially, the core founders were coming from important um, wireless companies around the world, like Qualcomm or H3C, etc. And at that moment, because our engineers had a very strong experience in the wireless industry, we start by selling promoting Wi-Fi solutions for the IoT landscape. And then, 2 years from that moment, our CEO become like saying maybe aware of the LoRaWAN technology and all of the LoRaWAN ecosystem. And I think it could be said that he felt in love with the ecosystem with LoRaWAN. So he decided to make our main focus the LoRaWAN ecosystem itself. And from that moment, because of the distinctive features that compose the LoRaWAN ecosystem, he decided to start in order to offer more value for our customers, because in the Wi-Fi market, it was not like so easy to bring innovative products. So because of that, the company had that focus. And nowadays we are an industrial leading connectivity provider around the world, building solutions and building network infrastructure and modular end nodes also for the um, IoT ecosystem, especially in some verticals like smart cities, smart agriculture, smart buildings, smart industry, smart sustainability. We are doing all of these, offering an in-house developed hardware and software products. At this moment, we have two major product lines. The first one is comprised of the LoRa networking part, the LoRa One infrastructure solutions, which include the gateways and the software for manage those gateways in a fleet fashion. And on the other hand, we produce end node models which are ready for being used by the developers as well as the system integrators. So our primary customers are in that scope of the ecosystem. I mean, the system integrators, the solution developers for LoRaWAN solutions. Well, it's like this.
Wow. We, as you said, and we already knew that RAKwireless is one of the leaders in the industry. So, what sets RAKwireless apart from the other IoT hardware providers regarding quality and performance?
Well, first of all, is our passion for making IoT easy. That actually is our motto. IoT made easy. So from the beginning, our CEO had this, I would say, as our north star for delivering value for the community, for our customers, for all of the stakeholders. So why make IoT easy is like at the core of the company. And because of that, we have been recognized as a company that, apart from being affordable for the product price for our customers, because we are a Chinese company. So also we are delivering a very good documentation. Actually, Carl is in charge of that area inside the company, the technical documentation for our customers, and we put a lot of effort in doing the documentation accessible for the customer, because that's one of the like the gaps that was previously in the market, because other Chinese companies were around, but the documentation was a headache, maybe also the support. And because of that, we have been recognized that among the market, because of the value that we are providing. So making IoT easy is our passion, is the way that we look for all of the things around us could be easy and accessible. But also regarding the quality and performance of our products, I think that maybe more than our own words, that asking for you to take our own words about it, we could share some interesting cooperations that we have, for example, with Arduino, the Italian company for the maker market. And nowadays, also, they are having a line for the pro applications. And For that line, the Arduino Pro, we have a co-branded with them, targeting a gateway, which in our case is named WizGate, and that's one of the success case that tells a little bit about the strong of our quality and performance. And I will or could also mention the case for being integrated with some of the major LNS providers in the market. For LNS, maybe for the audience that is not aware of, meaning LoRaWAN network server provider, which is part of maybe the next question we're going to have. But for example, CNET, which is an US network server provider, has integrated our gateways in their network. So this tells about our quality and performance in our products.
Oh, yes. Since that we're doing the partnership series, I want to ask a question about the partnership. Hardware and connectivity partnerships are the partnerships that complete triple puzzle in the IoT sector for Qubitro. So what is importance of partnership for RAKwireless in general?
Well, actually, partnership for us is paramount because we focus on the hardware side of the equation in this triple puzzle that you just mentioned. Again, for the audience that maybe is not aware of this, is like we are in the hardware side. We are providing the gateways as well as the end nodes models for the hardware developers. But then you will need in the LoRaWAN ecosystem, you will need the LoRaWAN network server providers that will take care of the connectivity itself, of the management of the network, because of the way the LoRaWAN protocol has been specified. So then, upon that stack, you will find Qubitro as the application provider for actually enabling the solution to be real, to be an option for humans in order to have this data fabric. I love the way that you define Qubitro as a data fabric. So you will need the software provider, in this case Qubitro, sits on the top of the stack for delivering value for an actual IoT application. So because of that, we are very aware of the need of strong partnerships around the market. And this year, our company, our CEO, has been explored the reality of the ecosystem from the side of the solution developers and system integrators. And it was some kind of campaign that our CEO named in the field, RAKwireless in the field. So he himself, he was around the world taking the share for being in the field with our customers. And because of that, I would like to quote one conclusion from one of our partners from CNET specifically, that is in IoT, collaboration triumphs over competition. And I totally agree with that quote, with that overview that is from Dave Kengel, one of the CTO of the CNET. And I agree with that because nowadays, even in the hardware side that is our real, we are finding that some of our competitors are actually our partners. So partnership is a must, is a need in the IoT landscape, and we are very glad to be one of the Qubitro partners.
Yeah, we are so happy to have you as one of our partners as well. So, what I'm wondering is that about the future. Which sectors will you focus on hardware targeting? Which industry verticals do you want to focus on in the future?
Yes, well, first of all, in a general approach, we are going to push harder for making IoT even more easier. Our CEO for this strategy is looking for the plug and play solution
Mhm.
in order to enable the end customer to have a very good experience to yeah for making easier and easier for the end customer the implementation and use of IoT. So we are looking for that kind of workflow, for that kind of product value to be delivered in the market. This is still our main driver right now at general, but also we are aware of certain verticals that are a need. I think in that sense we are aligned with what the LoRa Alliance is like pushing nowadays. What are those verticals? I will say first one is smart sustainability. A really need nowadays. You know, every summer is being hotter, and we are really alarmed with all of this crazy that the weather has become. So, smart sustainability is one of the um, verticals that we think that the industry should focus on, as well as along with the smart sustainability, we will push for the smart cities vertical, the smart buildings. All of those are, of course, related, and smart agriculture. From the beginning, I think that for RAKwireless, the smart agriculture has been one of our market targets. So we are looking for delivering solutions in those 4 or 5 verticals, in order not just to like acquire a bigger market share, but in order to making people's better and being able to give some kind of support and help with the actual needs that the world has, all in the nowadays in the current situation that we have.
Wow. RAKwireless will gonna surprise us in the future more and more, I guess.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for answering my questions, Fernando. Now I wanna move on to Carl. Carl will gonna show us a demonstration about RAKwireless and Qubitro.
Thank you for that introduction, Elida, and for inviting us to this webinar. So yeah, let me share my screen to show you
Mhm.
what we can do.
Yes. Now
So
everyone can see your screen.
yeah, there are many tabs shown here, so we can actually see the demo. But before that, I want to make a short journey for our viewers about our products before we proceed. Basically, RAKwireless has many lines of products. If you go to rakwireless.com, you will see the products that we have. You will see that we have for 5G, Helium Network, LoRaWAN, cellular, modular IoT, audio. So there are lots of products that we offer. Though primarily we are an IoT company focused on LoRaWAN, so we have many gateways that is selling worldwide, and actually we're one of the biggest provider of gateways. So we have these gateways here. We also have LoRaWAN modules. We also one of the top providers globally. And then on this webinar, we have our modular IoT platform called WizBlock. So we will primarily focus on modular IoT boards. So let's go here. So you can see the boards that we offer. So this is categorized in different boards. Like we have the base, we have the cores. So this is the main component, like the brain and the wireless component of the WizBlock. We have wireless components additional. Let's say you have a LoRaWAN functionality on this WizBlock core. You can also add other wireless protocol like UWB for indoor tracking. You can have NFC. You all know NFC, NFC card. We have new NFC stuff around. Also, a LoRaWAN module, a GSM. Also, cellular IoT is also supported. We also have various sensors. So these are just the top 5 that we're showing. We have various interfaces, let's say SDI12, CAN bus, magnetic switch, things like that, joystick, Ethernet. We have that. Of course, you also have displays. So this is a LCD for a controller for the LCD touchscreen that we have, RGB matrix, LED bar, e-paper. Of course, there are some peripheral modules that you can also add. All these modules can be put together and create an application. And this demo, we will have some sensors that we will integrate to Qubitro platform. So aside from this, you also have on WizBlock what we call solutions. So the solutions are products that we built together that's a specific functionality. Like for this one, there's a WizBlock solution for tracking, and this one WizBlock solution for earthquake. So this one is a composition of different modules, baseboards, and the enclosure as well. So we have, of course, the enclosure. As I said, we have enclosures and different kinds of mounting options. As you see, it can be magnetic, like this one. It can be pole mounted. It can be on a belt. It can be clip on a belt. Of course, it can be also in DIN rail, yeah, for industrial applications. Of course, we have some accessories like connectors, antennas, and of course, lastly, we have kits under WizBlock. So we have mesh stick kit. We have, of course, the earthquake. It can be bought as kit. Of course, we have this different focus kits like the agriculture kit, industrial kits, and of course the tracker. So these are the different modules under WizBlock product line. So WizBlock is designed so that our customers, if they need a custom hardware on their projects, they can put together these modules to achieve their goals. So basically, if they need a new client, they need to showcase an application, they need to do a quick prototype for proof of concept, they can use WizBlock to quickly develop this by just clicking the boards together. So like this one. So this WizBlock module. So it's click, code, and connect. As you see here, this is a demo of different parts of WizBlock, the WizBlock core, base, sensor, and the interfaces that you can possibly put together. So this one is a soil moisture probe, and then the other interfaces. So there are lots of applications like this: GPS, soil moisture, PWM expansion, ADC expansion, IOS expansion. So there are more IoT projects that you can work on with WizBlock. So as Fernando said, we are working hard on our documentation. So we have the RAK Documentation Center. This documentation center is composed of all our products. And when you go on the WizBlock, you can actually see all the modules that we have. And if you click on one, let's say here on ultrasonic sensor, it will open a documentation for that. You have the overview on what it is. You have the example code here, the link for the example code. You also have a quick start guide. You can click here. And then the quick start guide is a complete instruction on how you can use it. So this, the connections, the example codes that you have, the step-by-step procedure, how you can work on the module. So I will not dig deep on here. You can view it. You can check it on docs.RAKwireless.com. So we can go back on our main topic for this, which is the demonstration. So right now, as you know, LoRaWAN needs a network server. So currently, the network server that we're using for this demonstration is the Things Network, or it's now called the Things Stack. So we're using the Community Edition. And then the gateway that we're using is, of course, from RAKwireless. So you see here, my gateways are based on different RAKwireless models. Right now, I created an application using the WizBlock modules that I have, and I call this project WizBlock Multiple Sensors. So let's go. So when I created this, let's now go on this end device. So you'll see that it is live and sending data. So it sends data last 40 seconds ago. It's updating the data every minute, and we can see all the activity here when we click this. So let's see all the activities here. So you see it's sending us the payload. So this contains all the data that we have on our WizBlock sensors. All right. So from this end, like we now have the hardware, we now have the network server going. The next step that we need to do is to build the integration or to create the integration. So to do that, we need to go here on the integration on the left. It will have a drop down, and then we need to select webhooks. So here in the webhooks, as you see, I already have a one webhook. It's the webhook.qubitro.com. I already added it. Let's say you don't have this yet. What you can do is just click here on add webhook. And then you see different platforms here. And then we need to select Qubitro, this one. Yeah. So as you see, there are a few clicks. And then you can just need to put a name here, my application. Let's say that's what you want to name the webhook. And then for the project ID and the webhook signing key, you will need these two keys or these parameters on the Qubitro portal. So once your data is now sending on the network server, we can now proceed on the Qubitro portal. This one is the Qubitro portal that I have. So right now I have different projects, but you can create one so that you can add your own. You just have to click this new project, and then you can create your project. And then from there, you can get your project ID and webhook signing key. For me, it's already done. So it's actually here. So I have already the project ID and then the webhook signing key. So right now, my integration is okay. It's healthy. It's running fine. So my devices. Oh, I was disconnected. Let me log in again. Okay. So my devices is here on the WizBlock sensor. Let's click this. So WizBlock multiple sensor. As you see, this is the same on my WizBlock application here. Yeah, as you see this. But now we will focus here on the Qubitro platform. So let's click here. So this is the device that we have on our project, WizBlock sensor. So this is the WizBlock multiple sensors. And once you integrate it, when you click data, you should be able to see some information here. But before you see this, you need to create payload decoder. So to do that, you need to go on functions and then create a function. Right now, it's done for me. So here, the decoder function. So, but you can do that by clicking that and click get started, and then you can put your decoder here. For me, it's done. So when I go to my functions, you can see that the formatter code that I have is already updated. So the formatter code that I have, that I use for my application is this. So these are the sensors that I use for this demo. I have humidity, I have temperature, pressure, ambient light, and accelerometer and motion. You can also use the decoder that's built in TTS, but it will be more stable if you use this format under Qubitro platform. Okay, so that the now the decoder is ready. We see now the data that we have here on the historical data. As you see, it's the time right now in my place is 7:40. So yeah, the function is okay, the data is okay. What we can do now is to create interesting, wonderful dashboards. So you can click back to home and then click dashboards. And then as you see, I have different dashboards here, but this is the dashboard that I'm using, RAKwireless WizBlock. So this is the dashboard that I use. As you see, as I've shown earlier, we have different modules for WizBlock. So to show this demonstration, I just group them into different kinds of sensors. So this one is the temperature and humidity sensor. It's the RAK 1901. So it's showing the temperature here, as well as the humidity, and then some cool line graph here. You can show here as well the barometric pressure. So this is just a standard barometric pressure. I'm not in a very high place. I'm not in the mountains. So yeah, this is just a standard one. The ambient light is 435. Maybe I can put some light on my sensor here to increase this. Yeah, it will update every minute. And then I also have a accelerometer. So right now it's laying down flat. So it's the Z axis that is being detected. So it's 1G. It's 1 gravity, 1G. And then I also have a motion sensor with the PIR. So the sensor is actually seeing my movement right now. So it's 1. So this is basically the dashboard that I created. So basically, how will you do this? How you can have this dashboard from scratch? So to do that, to have a quick demonstration, we created this demo dashboard. This is an empty one. Qubitro RAKwireless collaboration. Oh, not this one. Let me see. I should have the dashboard. This one is I'm on the projects. I'm so sorry. Here the dashboard. So this one is the collaboration dashboard. So it's empty. So let's try to make a quick dashboard. Let's say for the temperature. So to do that, we need to click edit, and then we need to click new widget. From the widget, we can create the name for the widget. Let's say a temperature. Then we need to create the data point. So the data point, this will be the source. But I'm sorry, we need to select first the type of widget that we want. Let's say we need a gauge. There you go. Then we can now add a point. So the data point will be the data source. So we need to select WizBlock sensor, the WizBlock multiple sensors, and then we can select on the various sensors that we have for WizBlock. So let's say temperature. There you go. You have to save this. And then from here, you have different things that you can do. You can, of course, firstly, you can try to change the type of gauge that you want here. It can be the standard one, it can be the barometer type, the generic one, or a colorized one. You can change the color of this one. So for this, maybe we can use this, the colorized one. And then you can also set the type of data or value that's being shown. You want it to be the minimum, the maximum, the sum, the count, or an average. For us now, we're going to use last. But there are applications where you need let's say you are counting or you need some kind of average of things like that. You can do that as well. But for us, we will use the last value that was uploaded. Of course, important is the unit. So by default, it uses Celsius, but there are lots of possible units as well. Like you have, let's say you're measuring pressure. Well, I've used that as well. So I click this. On my pressure sensor, I use this and I use hectopascal for that, for the unit. You can have acceleration. On the accelerometer, I use G unit because this is what the output of my sensor. You have volume, you have area, but for this one, we have temperature and we're using Celsius. All right, so we will not change that. And then we're using, we're sending data into decimal place. So we just use 2. You can make this 0 if you want, but for this demonstration, we will use 2. You can also change the color if you want of the value shown. And the good thing here, you can actually you can add some thresholds here, which is cool. Like the minimum, let's say it's color blue. Let's make this some kind of different color as well. Yeah, and then you can make this red, something like that. Let's say it's too hot, as well as the pointer width. Let's say if this is too thin for you, you can increase that like that. So cool. And then after that, we can click save widget. So the save widget is here. It's not showing data yet because we have to click save, but we can reposition its size like that, or maybe that's too big. Then we can click save. There you go. We have the widget now for temperature, and then we can do the process, adding more widgets by creating, because you're now in view mode like this. You're in view. To add more widgets, you can click again edit, and then click with new widget, and then select the type of widget that you need. So I'll do it a bit more fast. Let's say I want some kind of chart, then chart with that temperature graph that way. Let's add some point. Okay, temperature, and then like that. So it's here. So it's having a preview. For the temperature, we can use line like the one I'm using currently on my dashboard, or we can use area as well. So maybe we can use area for this one, so it's a bit different. Or maybe we could change the color aside from red. Maybe this one. Yeah. Okay, we can change the line width. We can change the opacity of this like that. So there are lots of things that we can, of course, the point, you can increase that as well. You can disable, you can enable. So these are the features that we can modify here. And let's click Save Widget. It's not showing here yet because we have to save the changes, but let's make it bigger and then Save Changes. So that's it. This is the last data of our temperature here. So it's walking around 30 degrees centigrade. So this is just a quick demo on how we can make the dashboard on Qubitro. As you see here, the Qubitro, you can add many projects, not just one, not just two. So these are the different projects that you can look on. Like we have some from Steed Studio projects. We have some from Decent Lab, like this one. Yeah, some templates here. We also, for the dashboard, this dashboard is the one that we recently created, but we also have other functionalities that is, looks cool. So for me, the one that I created earlier, this is just a demo to show the different modules that I have here, as well as the data that it creates, like this one. But then we can also have different kinds of configuration of the dashboard that you need. Let's say for this one, this environmental monitor. Yeah, this looks good. As well as you can have different kinds, like what is the minimum that you have, what's the average, what is the max, and the total data points that you currently have on your sensor, and the historical data. For this one, this is a carbon dioxide. Okay. You can also go here on another one. You can actually have a map on where is your sensor located. This is also part of the possible widget that you can use. So this is really great. Look at this. You can create a map and then you can put the location of the sensors and their data. Okay. So what else can we do here? Like you can actually create some. Let's go on our application. So before you can now create your wonderful dashboards, right? But one of the things that you can do as well is to create some kind of cool integrations by using functions. For this one, we created a HTTP post webhook. The Qubitro team helped me to set up this one. So we're just using requestbin.com to do some tests. And then when you create this is the request payload. You can just change this on the key that you have, whatever key that you use. For us, we use temperature, so this is the one that I use. And then we can just click select post on the request method. And then on the request bin, we can just, of course, we need to copy this, the endpoint. So you need to update that endpoint here. And then this is just a demo that the although you have the dashboard in Qubitro, you can also integrate this to a different platform or to a different endpoint on your server, on a different server, or on storage, something like that, based on your application. So I guess this is all we have for now. I hope this demo is useful to everyone that's watching the webinar. And now I'll get back to you, İlayda. Get back to you.
Thank you so much, Carl. I know that a lot of people will be learn from your demonstration, and it was totally amazing. I was super impressed about what you taught. So if we have no other questions in the comments, I would like to thank you to Fernando and Carl for this amazing webinar and demonstration. It was so nice to have you in one of our partner series.
Likewise, İlayda, on our side, I was actually thinking while Carl was doing this demonstration that actually this is what partnership is about. You know, it's not like we are just taking care of our side, but we are also enabled to help any one of our customers coming to us and asking, "Hey, how I could put this cool feature on Qubitro working on," and absolutely, Carl will know how to do that. So yeah, thanks for having us today.
Okay, thank you so much again. If you want to check out RAKwireless, you can find their website in the below. I'm gonna put the link. So thank you again, and this is it for us for now. Have a great day.
Bye bye.